Funny how only sexist people are the ones to say that cheerleading and dances are not a sport. Sexist! You think cheerleading is not a sport, you're sexist. An athlete's life in one picture. This is our problem, dude. Cheerleaders need professional help. How do you fix your broken ankle? You icy hot and tiger balm. Advil. Kinesiology tape. That's how you fix things in cheerleading. Hey, hello. Hi, welcome. Is cheerleading a sport? I have no idea. What do you think? Interesting. I disagree. We asked the internet. The definition of a sport is an activity involving physical exertion and often in a competitive nature. Cheerleading requires a lot of skill and physical exertion, and which therefore qualifies it to be a sport. Just like, that can't be the definition. What does that say? An activity involving physical exertion and skill, which is okay. Just based off of the definition, I would say cheerleading is a sport. Why cheerleading is not a sport? Cheerleading is not commonly considered a sport because of the inability to compete against an opponent. What? It's an activity solely dedicated to entertain and motivate the crowd during... Okay, so they're not even talking about all-star. I'm talking about all-star cheer. I don't think high school cheer is a sport. Sorry. Sexist. Is cheerleading a sport, yes or no? Cheerleading is not a contact sport. Oh, your poor face. Former college cheerleader says, sorry, cheerleading is not a sport. What? Traitor. Most definitions of sport include a focus on competition. If we go to competitions, we literally go to a thing called competitions. One can be an athlete and not participate in a sport, and one can participate in a sport and not be athletic. By definition, billiards and bowling are sports, backcountry skiing, climbing, ballet, and cheerleading are not. I'm fine with that. Sexist. Like, who cares if it's a sport or not? It's hard, you know? Like, whether it's technically a sport or not, does it really matter? Does it matter? I don't know. The majority of cheerleaders only root for their team in the hopes of the team. What is this ignorant shit? Oh man, that kind of makes me mad. Cheerleading is a sport, an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. The definition of sports. Sure. So far, that is the strongest argument is, you know, cheerleaders exert physical exertion and compete against each other for entertainment. Literally, that's what it is. I do not believe that definition is right and it should be changed. It is brown. Chess falls under that, so does domino. And I want to be a world champ domino player. Sport management degree here. That definition is 100% correct. Competition in cheerleading is 100% a sport. However, NFL cheerleading is considered a physical activity. Yes, that was even a question. Normal school cheerleading is not considered a sport. Agree, because no competition. Duh. Statistics show that more than 80% of cheer athletes have been injured during practice. This proves that cheerleaders have the tenacity, strength, and flexibility of any other sport. What does that have to do with anything? The athleticism of cheerleaders is unquestionable. To perform their routines, cheerleaders are often spotted doing flips in the air, lifting people from off the ground, and some even do backflips. Awesome. Where's the good arguments, man? I need better. Cheerleading is a sport. SpongeBob. The New York Times states that cheerleading is the fastest growing girl sport. What? Bruh. More than half of Americans do not believe it is a sport. Half! More than half. Wow, that's a lot. In addition, they fail to distinguish between sideline cheerleaders and competitive ones. Great. That's the big thing. If you're a person that doesn't consider cheerleading a sport, think about golf. Those men wear slacks on the course and just walk from one spot. They hit a minuscule ball to the other. Cheerleaders are upside down, flipping the whole time. Have you ever played golf? Shit, that shit's hard. Not physically, though. Mentally and egotistically, it's very hard. According to an official ruling by U.S. Federal Appeals Court, cheerleading is not a sport. World-class facts. Is cheerleading actually the gayest sport? Gladly be a cheerleader if it means a boyfriend included. Oh, but still cannot get over how talented all the athletes are. Oh, that's pretty sick. It was a sick routine. I love it. Great, good job. If you think cheerleading is not a sport, you're gonna have to tell this man that it's not a sport to his face. Personally, look at this guy. What? He doesn't stop stunning. Look at this guy. He's an animal. What? What? Who's gonna tell him? You gonna tell him? Oh, I've seen this one. This one's sick. I'm like, what the hell? It's like, oh, do another one. That's pretty radical. Is anybody better than this guy? I would like to know. The next video is just us watching crazy cheer stunts. German Filipino, bro, I remember. I wish I was German Filipino. Fucking Korean. God damn it. That's why I'm so impatient. LeBron, the most disrespected GOAT in sports history. Nah, it's Serena Williams, if we're being honest. Tennis is not actual sport. Definitely a sport. Sports have defense, unlike NASCAR or cheerleading. cheerleading is a sport. This is their argument. It's a cheerleading is getting closer and trying to become a recognized sport. I personally hate that stupid arena. The ILC sports director told the Times that cheerleading's high youth appeal factored into the decision to recognize the sport. What? Basically, the ILC wants to make sure that you and your friends are all crowded around the TV when the Olympics happen. That's fucked up. Cheerleading isn't a dangerous sport. I don't think anybody thinks that, dude. They just don't think it's a sport. I don't think anyone thinks it's not dangerous. We've definitely earned dangerous. Injury count for Worlds 2015. What a fucked up year. 5 broken legs, 4 broken ankles, 3 broken noses, 2 broken arms/wrists, 1 dislocated knee, 1 broken neck. Oh, I forgot. Cheerleading is a sport because of its rigors and risks. So basically the AMA is trying to consider cheer a sport so more safety measures can be taken place because they're like, yo, this is fucking dangerous. Remember when they used to let you twist out of doubles back in 2012? Who was cheering then, not me? You say cheerleading isn't a sport, but cheer competitions are aired on ESPN, but that's none of my business. That's dumb. How am I gonna edit this down, bro? Oh, hey, that's my team. Where's my bald head?
Cheerleading isn't a sport, but look where I competed this week. ESPN Wide World of Sports. Point proven.
This whole argument with cheerleading as a sport, it's like, who cares? It's hard. Being a part of something before it was like a thing, was it cool? I don't know if that's a cool now. Whether it's technically a sport or fucking who cares? Relax. The people that say cheerleading is not a sport are just mad. They just let them be mad. If they're not a cheerleader, it doesn't really matter if cheerleading is a sport or not to them. It's all ego, bro. Who cares? I know a lot of my football friends, I brought them to practice and they struggled with tumbling really hard. Trevor, you suck. It's times like this when cheerleading becomes more than just a sport. It's not a sport. Or just a reminder, cheerleading is not a sport. Starting a fight. Honestly, I just posted that. Just start a fight, you know? If you try to defend cheerleading as a sport, I think you kind of low-key don't think it's a sport. Like, I'm truly confident cheerleading is a sport, not high school. Competitive cheerleading is a sport, I don't need to defend it. There, I said it. Like if you agree. And please do not even get me started on, is cheerleading a sport? I do not lift 27 people on my shoulders for that to be 27 people? You got 2 people, 27. Cheerleading isn't a sport, cheerleading team, someone. All right, I guess it is. I don't get it. When people say cheerleading isn't a sport, yet it's at the top of the chain for catastrophic injuries. College, cheerleading, whoa, 16. Fatalities. I don't think that's something to be proud of. Even Apple doesn't think cheerleading is a sport. Okay. If cheerleading isn't a sport, how come you can't pick up girls? Cheerleading isn't even a sport, Skylar. What was that? Nothing, ma'am. I love cheerleading. Great. If cheerleading is a sport, then so is jerking off. I'm not competing against nobody, bro. What am I doing? What has this become? Okay, I think that's it. Moral of the story, cheerleading is a sport. Don't argue with anybody. If people say cheerleading is not a sport, just say, okay, it's not that serious. I kind of like doing this, and this is really fun. My name's Ian, by the way. Okay, goodbye. I've never seen something so solid before. What is wrong with you? I'm gonna title this Cheerleading Isn't a Sport because a lot of people don't think it is. And that'll get you guys to click on it, right? That's how you clicked on it. Is cheerleading a sport?